Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of The Passionate Piscator. I've arrived here on Angler's Paradise's newest lake, the Easy Catfish Lake. It is still in its infancy. It's only it's only really been fishing this year, I think. But it's packed full of all sorts of fish, but mostly catfish. After all, it is an easy catfish lake after all. The other fish are in here primarily as dinner, to get those catfish nice and big and get them breeding to make more beautiful catfish to catch. The lake itself at the minute is looking a bit bare, but as time progresses it will no doubt, down in this Devon weather, grow and fill out and just look a bit more beautiful. Not that it isn't already, of course. There's I think five swims on here, but I'm on swim number 2, right down at the deepest end of the lake, down where the monk is. I've got a little area in front of me, all marked out for me to cast and fish in. I've got myself just a very basic rig for cat fishing. And on the end of the hook, I've got these bad boys, some beautiful worms. I've got a great big sack of them. There's one, no, that's a twig. Great big sack of worms. There we are, look at that, from Willy Worms online. A kilo of them, no doubt, will do just about right for today. I don't think I'll get through all of them. But yeah, so I'm just threading a whole bunch of worms onto a hair rig at the minute, because the old catfish in here do love worms. If it turns out they don't love worms, I also have some pellets with me. I've got some stinky catfishy glug, which the guys at Premier Angling gave me to try out. All my worms have fallen off. I'm struggling with the worms, if I'm honest. They're not really staying on the baiting needle properly, and they're blowing slimy, as you'd expect worms to be, really. But we'll get there. Got myself a maximum of 6 hours on here, but I think that'll be enough. I think that will be enough to winkle out a catfish at the very least. But we shall see. They range from all sorts of sizes in here at the moment. There's lots of sort of smaller ones, which actually, personally, I'm looking forward to getting. I'd love to catch a little teeny tiny catfish. I think the biggest in here they said was about £25, something like that. And anywhere in between. Although I have heard rumour, let's see if I can do this rig properly now. There we go. I have heard rumour that already there's £30 catfish in here who have probably been eating all that bait, rudd and orf and whatever else they've put in here. There we go. Beautiful. On the hook she goes. Oh, I'm on the right 2 and 8 here. Let's just get that in the water to do that. There we go. I've got one rod across the far bank. There's some nice reeds there. A bit of a tangle at the end of the line. Doing it? Is that doing it? Yeah, there we go. It's just a slight breeze coming across, and it's just tangling my line around the tip of the rod. Okay, I've got one over by the reeds already. I've got one about there, which is where I think the bottom of the slope, because the edges of the bank are sloped down like that and up again the other side. So I've got one just sort of as it starts to come down. I've got one bait just there, so that any bits of pellet I put out as you know, free offerings all roll down and hit that area, and that's where I'm hoping the catfish will turn up. Let's pop that on there. Let's get it fishing. There we are. Unfortunately, because of my don't tell me that's gone already. literally just cast that out. Do you know? I think that was a catfish or a something. Could have been a carp, I suppose. There's a few carp in here as well, which will also be lunch. Oh, that's a bit too far. Let's get that back where I think it should be. How weird. Do you know, I don't think it's going to be too long before I get my first fish. Oh, it's exciting. Brand new lake, don't know anything about it really. How it's going to fish, what the fish are after, what they want. It's going to be a day of discovery. But I think worm seems like a good start. Anyway, time to relax, chill out, and wait for those rods to scream off with a great big or small catfish. But before I start proper, there's a little bit of clover down here, and whenever I see a little patch of clover, I think, oh, I'll go and check that and see how lucky I'm going to be today. Let's see how I get on. Aha! Looks like it's going to be a good day. It's a bit of a manky one, but there's definitely 4 leaves on that. Fantastic. Right, I suppose I best get set up, but don't I? Look at that. It's like someone's had a nibble of it. The old clover wasn't very lucky. Hopefully I will be. Beautiful. I'm just going to fire out a few pellets into the swims. One in front of me by the lilies, not lilies, reeds. No lilies on it. I've only got a small little catapult. I don't only fire out a few at a time. I've tried using the big old particle catapults before with the big pouches, but I find that this little one does better than them. This one seems to localise the pellet where it lands in a fairly small area, whereas I find the big particle ones tend to spread them out a bit, and I don't want that. That'll do for now. I'll keep topping it up. The other one landed about there, out in what looks like the middle of a lake, but I think it's actually the bottom of the slope. There we go, and that'll do. I'll keep topping that up as it goes on, little bits here and there. I don't want to put too much bait in, because then if the catfish or other fish in here aren't eating it, it's going to pollute the water. I just want enough out there to keep their interest going, and put a bit of smell out there so that they can home in on those worms. Lovely. It's a lovely day out. Had a few storms this week, so this nice sort of, although it's breezy, this nice clear weather is exactly what I wanted. And after a storm, I reckon these catfish will be up for a little bit of bait, and maybe a few worms as well. Anyway, we'll see. It's likely to be fairly instant and hook and hold if I get one. But for now, I'll just chill out, relax, make up a few new rigs. I think my hook lengths on these ones at the minute are quite small, so I might make some nice long ones whilst I'm sat here just to pass the time, to see if that will help me out. These rigs have caught me catfish before on octopusy. I'm doing the same sort of thing, so it should work, shouldn't it? Fingers crossed. I don't often show you this, but this is my little prep area. It's a very large unhooking mat with the weigh sling already there for weighing the fish, already open. All I've got to do is pop the fish down on here and close her up. I've got my scales all pre-set to a wet weigh sling. Got a pair of forceps for taking out the hook. Got a little bit of spray should there be any cuts or marks on the fish, and especially whether the hook goes into the mouth. Just give it a little pss, pss, little bit of an anti-back. And most importantly, here I've got a big old tub full of lake water, which I can chuck onto the fish and onto the mat to keep it nice and wet. Because fish care is extremely important. Keep everything nice and wet for them when they're out. You do that even if it's raining. There's lots of small fish in here plucking away at the worms. So there's my trolley behind me. Let's move back for the camera. Yeah, so I'm getting a few little line bites and things here and there. Might change my rigs up a little bit. Put them on running ledges. They're not like clipped down hard. I mean, they're ejected leads, so if fish does get caught in anything, the lead's just going to fall off somewhere in the bottom of a lake out the way and make for a safer landing and playing of the fish. But I think a running lead. Oh, something's going on. Better put the phone down. Yeah, something's messing around. Right, I'm gonna get ready in case this is a catfish that I've been after. It is! Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful catfish. Gorgeous long tail. Absolutely beautiful fish. Well, some wouldn't say that. Some would say that's a face only a mother could love. But I'm a very motherly person, really. So that's a beautiful fish to me. Right, I'm going to give it a quick weigh. See what he goes to, and then slip him back into the water. Fantastic. Okay, I've already pre-weighed the sling. Let's pop it up. Oh, got it facing you. It's no good. I need to better read it. Let's have a look. Oh, shaking a bit. It's going between 19.8 and 20 pounds ish. So we're going to go 19.10, I think. 19 pounds and 10 ounces of gorgeous catfish. Right. Oh, I wasn't expecting one that big for the first one off of Easy Catfish Lake. I was expecting something more that size. But wow, what a good fish. going to drop my phone and run in a minute. Every time I try to do a bit to the camera, the alarm starts going off. There we go. Out. That was a good take too. Let's see what's gone on. They've had a few big worms, I know that much. Right, let's bait that up. And I'll try and do another bit to the camera again. Right, what I was trying to say is that the majority of the catfish in this lake have come from the easy access lake at the top of the hill. So called because it's right near the car park. It's the first lake you come to, easy access. In fact, there's no catfish in there at all anymore. They've all been moved into here. And I suspect a few other catfish from around the fishery, stock ponds and stuff. It's got quite a high head of catfish in it, so that you can come down. Oh. So that you can come down and catch your very first catfish. And it's certainly packed full of fish. Whether they're all catfish jigging the rigs, I don't know. There's a few carp and rudd and all sorts in here for the catfish to eat, of course. I keep watching it. I keep trying to do bits to camera, and every time I go for it, it's beep 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 beep. Oh, good. But I think that was just a whole load of nothing. Yeah. Yeah, not that it was my first catfish. I've caught several catfish before in the past. All of them, incidentally, from Angler's Paradise. So it's a perfect place to come, even without the easy Catfish Lake. But it just gives, you know, people with maybe less confidence catching catfish that chance as well to try themselves out on smaller fish before they head down to the big boys. There's some catfish in the main lake and specimen lakes, specimen carp lake, sorry, that, you know, are £90 plus, and that's a fair old tussle for a first catfish if you get one of them. So it's a good beginner's lake as well as it being quite easy. Anyway, I think I've just got to concentrate a bit more. Stop doing bits to the camera and concentrate on what's going on in the water. There's a lot of activity. There's a lot of, where I'm casting over to the far bank where the reeds are, there's a lot of small fish jumping and moving around, which is probably catfish stirring them up. So yeah, there's certainly fish moving. Let's just hope I catch another one. Blooming great big wasp just flew past them, carrying what looked like another blooming great big wasp. Anyway, I've had a few little indications on the right hand rod, but the left hand rod's been out there for about an hour and it was doing nothing at all. And this is a little tip for you guys, which I didn't follow particularly, but I reeled it in to see what was going on, make sure the bait was on, and on the end was what can only be described is a whole bunch of pubes. Look at it. Little bits of, I don't know, it's weed, but it's black weed. And in it, I don't know if you can see, glinting in the sun, just there, there's a whole load of snail eggs. I mean, the fish will be in there rooting around looking for snails and things as well. But I'm after, you know, catfish. And I don't know if they really bother with snail eggs. But certainly that was hiding near enough the entirety of my rig and worms. So yeah, no good. Anyway, I'll pop that back in the margins just down there so the snails can keep on thriving and feeding anything that's in here. But yeah, so I've just recast that, and hopefully now it'll be fishing a lot better. Oh, this weather doesn't know what it wants to do. When the cloud goes in, it's freezing cold. But when the sun comes out, it's beautiful. Anyway, how about that for a little catfish? Absolutely beautiful. Look at him. A little baby pussycat. This is actually the sort of size I was hoping for. I've never caught a cat this small before. But look at the whiskers. It's no wonder they can find that food at the bottom of the lake there. Magnificent. Perfect. Mwah. Alright, let's pop you back. Ah, beautiful little pussycat there. It's actually more of a size fish I was expecting, to be honest. And I was really happy to catch that. Strange, isn't it, that I'm probably more excited to catch a smaller catfish than I am a bigger one. But to be honest, you know, most of the cats I've had out of Angler's Paradise over the years have been 15-pound plus fish. So a little tiny one like that is just, oh, beautiful. Right, let's see if I can catch a few more before my time's up on the lake. I've only got another hour or so left. So, you know, might catch another one. But if not, I'm very happy. I just missed two really good bites. Mostly because one went off and I struck into it. Nothing there. And I was just reeling it in and off went the other one. So, I felt a bit of resistance on that one, but that pinged off. It's really starting to pick up now. Oh, and it's making me sweat again. This blooming weather. Don't know whether to wear a hoodie or not. Oh, well, I really don't have long left now, but I'm fishing right up to the last minute. See if I can get one more. Don't matter about the size. It's incredible, the bit of fishing. Such a good day, such a good day. Glad I picked today and not that really stormy day we had the other day. Although you never know, maybe that would have been equally as good. Come on, you pussy cats. Come and see me. There we are, just packing up. Time is up. I've run out of time. Missed another good run. It sort of shot off across the lake. Whether it had it around a fin or not, I don't know. But I don't think it properly took it. It seemed to go, you had a bit of a feed on in the morning. A great big lull. And another big feed on, where all the fish were going mad. And it got quiet again. But I think that's fishing, isn't it? A lot of fish do that. And I think catfish are definitely another species which have little feeding sessions, as it were. But what a great lake. What a great lake. If you want to come and catch a catfish for the first time ever, this is definitely the lake to do it. I mean, it may not be a huge fish, but it doesn't matter, does it? In fact, I was more delighted with those little smaller catfish than the bigger one I caught. So yeah, fantastic day, lovely session, beautiful lake. What more could you ask for? I tell you what I could have asked for, this weather to decide whether it wanted to be cold, windy, or if it wanted to be hot and warm. I don't know. But I'm going to head back now, dry off some of my gear, have something to eat, and just relax for the rest of the day, I think. I think I've done a good job there. Well done, Steve. Anyway, like this video if you've liked it, and subscribe to the Passionate Piscator YouTube channel for more fishy content. Maybe some more content here at Angler's Paradise, maybe somewhere else. Well, there's definitely going to be more content from Angler's Paradise. It's my #1 favourite place to fish, and I will be coming back again and again and again and again and again, and so on. So there'll be plenty more videos, I'm certain of it. In fact, my next trip down here is in at the end of the year for the lure fishing competition. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Maybe I'll hook a catfish on that, who knows? On a lure, who knows? Probably not. Anyway, see you next time on the bank, guys and girls and everyone else. Bye!